Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Jennifer Urezzio, founder of Soul Language, and welcome to Stories with the Divine. There are several times in my life where I knew that I could point to, and it was proof that the divine, God, that's what I called my higher power, knew who I was, knows who I am. I felt it was so important for us to hear and share those stories. This show provides a forum for those narratives, and it's just so important that you know how to consciously connect to your own divinity. And today I'm with Nikki Burnett. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yay, so excited that you're here. I love to hear how people kind of discovered their, divinity, their essential nature, whatever they call that higher power. That kind of one or two moment where you went, oh my gosh, God, that's what I call my higher power, knows who I am.
Mhm.
Does one of those experiences kind of pop in your head that you can share today?
Yeah, so I have always felt at least some connection. I grew up Christian, and so God is my higher power. And I think what I find is the most interesting, and I when I look back and I where I am now, and on several moments that those times that have been the most difficult are the times when he's preparing me for what's to come. And there's one in particular that sets with me because it's fairly recent. We moved to Colorado. We were very, doing well in Dallas, Texas, and moving up here was uh, it was difficult to say the least. We changed jobs, we changed everything. We had nobody else around us, and it was very trying financially, personally, in our marriage, which our marriage actually remained great and amazing, which is awesome. But throughout the time of struggle that we've had, I have grown. I have become an entrepreneur. I am more in tuned with who I am and what I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do. I feel better prepared in working with my clients. I feel better able to continue to build a business and to serve and to do all of these things that I wasn't prepared for in moving, before moving to Colorado. I probably would have been stuck in my little, bubble doing what I did instead of moving outside of myself. And so I find that to be always just awe-inspiring in seeing God's path and then just knowing that I'm just really here to do everything that I can, but to follow that the best that I can.
Love that. I've started saying that, everything is a blessing, right? We can bless or we
Yes.
can blame. And I think, so often when there's a challenge, we go into that separateness. We go into, oh, see, the universe doesn't know who I am, or see, the world's against us, or, any shades of those.
Mhm.
And I love the fact that you consider a challenging time that a new road is being paved, right? That you're being prepared for more goodness because everyone doesn't see it like that. What what
Mhm.
is the form that you connect to your higher power? Like, how do you keep that connection going, that conversation, that relationship going with your higher power?
Yeah, well, I think as with many, I have my ups and downs, but I try to every morning. I get up first thing that I do before coffee, before anything else. Typically, is I have my little space, my little room. I do my prayer, I do my meditation, I do my kind of my manifesting. What are the things that I want to look forward to? What are the things that I want to create and to what what is my next step or my next purpose? And one of the greatest things, I was doing my own radio show, and my guest at the time told me, and it stuck with me because I love it so much. He said that prayer is you talking to God, and meditation is allowing God to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I just went, it's so simple, but so true. Just that being still is so important in allowing him to speak to you. And I think that he speaks to you other times as well. You can feel him, you can hear him in your heart and in your mind. And but those are the things that I try to do. I try to get in my Bible study. I'm not great at it, but I have my, again, my ups and downs, but trying to get that in as regularly as possible. And having that morning time where people are still people, my husband, the dogs are still asleep, and I can be alone with God.
Yeah. I think that's so important. I think that whatever that sacred practice, whether it's Bible study or dance or, reading something from, a book that you love, or even sometimes watching TV, because
Mhm.
the divine speaks to me through TV, right? I think that's really
Yeah.
important, and allowing that, right? And knowing that, yes, sacred time is so important, but like, as you said, like connection all the time, and really just pausing and listening. I think so often we're making decisions straight with our head and not enough
Hmm.
time for, like, hey, what do you want to chime in here? Divine, universe, tree, Bob, God, cupcake, whatever you call it. I think there's so many resources that we're not allowing ourselves to receive because we think that we need to do it 100%. So you mentioned working with clients. So can you tell us a little bit about what your sacred work is in the world?
So I'm a functional nutritionist. What that means, it's root cause, looking for that root cause. And so we have so many people who suffer from such chronic conditions, and so often addressing them by just drugs, by covering up symptoms, is not actually what is helping, right? An example of that is somebody who's suffering from depression. It's not because there's a deficiency of Prozac, right? There's something else going on. There's something causing the inflammation. What is it that's causing the inflammation? And so my goal is to really dig as deep as I can into whatever that person is suffering with, into their body, running labs, looking at their history, understanding their toxic load, understanding their environment, their relationships, as much of that as you can, in order to understand why the body's functioning as it is, and then helping it to balance, whether that's food change, exercise, the lifestyle modifications, prayer, meditation, uh, you know, eliminating, certain things in life that aren't serving us well. And so that's what I do. I work a lot with GI dysfunction, autoimmune disease, fertility, things like that. And it's an amazing place to be. It was not where I thought I would be, and I'm so blessed to be in this position right now.
I love that. Can you give out your website address so people can get in touch with you?
Yeah, it's tastelifenutrition.com.
Beautiful. And as we wrap up our time together, what is like your happiest moment of being connected? Like, what is that thing or that moment in time where you turn to time and time again to go, wow, that's what life's about. That's what joy's about. That's what connection's about.
It's going to sound really simple, but for me, often it's the sun, and just being in the sun and feeling the warmth of the sun. I find I will sometimes sit in my office way too long, but what will get me out of my office is the sun, walking in the grass, laying in the sun. I'll meditate middle of the day in the sun and just lay and allow it to just warm me up. It's the best, most amazing, uplifting feeling I can imagine. It's
Yeah, no, I
the
don't think
best.
that's one of my like images of divinity is being in the sun in a convertible on the highway with, the sun
Mhm.
in my on my face and my hair, the wind in my hair. That to me is total
Mhm.
freedom, and it feels like divinity. So I love that image. So Nikki, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I loved being here with you.
Yay. Everyone, you've been listening
Mhm.
or watching Stories with the Divine. And if you're interested in having a deeper connection, you can log on to soullanguage.us/gift of purpose. Thank you very much. I'm Jennifer Urezzio, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.